Hey, what's up? Okay, not a video that you guys are probably unfamiliar with. Today we're going to once again be ranking every vaulted weapon in Fortnite. Because Epic Games has removed like half of the weapons list since the start of Season 9. Pump, gone. Silent Scar, gone. Silenced SMG, banished. What is... And literally the day I'm about to upload this video, they have removed the hunting rifle. So that's not gonna be on this list. Sorry. I really am liking Season 9 of Fortnite, but it feels like we've just got an entire new set of weapons. And there's a lot of boys, a lot of good boys that have been vaulted. So I reached out to you guys in a survey asking you what your top 3 vaulted weapons are. You replied with over 40,000-ish responses. My math isn't very good. And today we're gonna look at the results. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel because not doing so is very bad for your health. Trust me. Okay, coming in at our number 22 spot, the lowest on this list is the Poison Dart Trap. 604 votes. 604 people went to this list and said, you know, I miss the pump, but you know what I miss more is the Poison Dart Trap. The Poison Dart Trap. Was this even in Fortnite? I don't remember. It was like in the game for a month, and then Epic Games pulled the fastest reverse Uno card. It was like, actually, nobody likes this. We'll just take that and yank that from the game. But in all seriousness, the Poison Dart Trap does not deserve to be any higher than the lowest spot. So really good job on picking this one. But at 21, as an equally bad weapon, we have the Scoped Revolver. The Scoped Revolver got 627 votes, and as far as straight guns go, is my least favorite. This weapon felt like it had reverse auto-aim. Like you would put it on someone, pull the trigger, and it just didn't connect shots. I love the Scoped AR, and in my head, it should work the same as the Scoped Revolver, but it just didn't, and it was really bad. Moving on to number 20, we've got Bottle Rockets with 858 votes. 858 people, again, went to this video, saw the pump, saw the heavy shotgun, saw the bolt sniper, the TAC SMG, and they said, Bottle Rockets. Bottle Rockets. I wasn't even sure if this deserved to be on this list, as it's not really a weapon, but it does damage, so I included it. Bottle Rockets. 858 people. I really hope that that's trolls, because that is like, it should be low, but like low should be like 0, not 800. All right, coming in at number 19 is a weapon I've always talked about with a bit of love for, actually, and this is the 6-shooter. Now, not a weapon that does anything good, but it did close range and long range decent, which in my opinion was all you needed for an early start. Like, yes, a pump is better. Close range and any sort of like heavy AR or longer range weapon is better long range. But it did a decent job at both and was fine at the start of a game. A lot of people hate on this, and I guess it is fair that is a thing, but I didn't mind it. Anyways, it did get 1,083 votes, so I'm glad to see a little bit of love for it, but also I definitely like the 6-shooter more. That is more than the crossbow, which comes in at 18. Yeah, when we're gonna talk worst weapons in Fortnite, I think it really is down to the Scoped Revolver and the crossbow. The crossbow got 1,093 votes. The crossbow, I mean, there's a few different variations of it, but I chose to just wrap it all up into one kind of clean thing because, like, you've got the Fiend bow and the Love bow and whatever. But I mean, it's literally all the same weapon. It's a piece of junk that shoots sticks and is nothing better than being a trolling weapon. Okay, so moving on to number 17. This is where this list gets really weird. We have the Infinity Blade. And this kind of tells you what these lists are. It's not so much what's the best weapon, although there's a bit of a trend there, but it's more like what is the most loved weapon. Usually the better weapons are most loved, but not in this case. There's no doubt in my mind that the Infinity Blade is the best weapon in the game. It gives you 400 health and is just a killing machine. But it's interesting that, like, good doesn't equate to loved. because it was broken and it was OP. And I love to see that it got a low ranking. It got 1,103 votes, which it makes sense to me. Like, there's definitely some people that love this thing. They would love to see it return, but obviously not everybody. Okay, so this list is just gonna keep getting weirder. At 16, we have the season like 5 to 7/8-ish SMG. Like, just the SMG. It's literally just the submachine gun. You know what I'm talking about? It was in a few different colors: gray, green, blue, and it shot light bullets. Just the SMG, right? This did lower than the original SMG. This SMG got 1,396 votes. And the next one is a little bit further on this list, so we'll get to that. But just remember this as being a very weird day. A weird day when the OG SMG outranks the better one. All right, so at 15, we have Clingers with 1,820 votes. Another weapon that I wasn't really sure if I should include or not, but I just wanted to include literally anything that does damage, so that's why this is on the list. I mean, Clingers are what they are. I feel like we're probably just going to see every season, like, swapping back and forth between grenades and Clingers, which I'm fine with because I like both. Anyways, at 14, we have the OG SMG. 1,935 votes. That's 500-ish more than the superior SMG. I mean, that's just trolls. Like, there's no other way to explain that. Maybe nostalgia, I guess. But for anyone that played in the earlier days of Fortnite, when this was the main SMG alongside the TAC SMG, like, you remember how bad this thing was. Not quite crossbow bad, but there was a time where this gun did 11 damage, which was the same damage that the pickaxe did. I always like to remind people of that. Just absolutely ridiculous fact. There's always one spot that gets the trolls, and that was definitely it. Okay, at number 13, we have the quad launcher with 2,112 votes. I feel like this is a weapon that was really, truly forgotten. It was just a devastating gun. Looking back on it, like, you could just rain fire 4 rockets on someone. I mean, that was very difficult and annoying to counter. And no one really complained that much about it. It was just kind of like, yeah, 4 rockets, I guess. I don't know. To me, like, it seemed crazy, and it seemed like you had a huge advantage over someone if you had this. But it just was what it was. And then at 12, we've got the double barrel shotgun. This got 2,432 votes, and is another weapon that I feel like we've really forgotten about. Like, I don't know. I really kind of miss this thing, to be honest. I feel like it would actually fit kind of well right now in Fortnite. Like, you've got the combat shotgun, which is super long range. TAC is like quite a bit closer. But then this could be like the super close range. It wasn't the most skilled weapon to use in all cases, but it's a weapon like I would like to see return at some time because I do kind of miss it. Actually, honestly, I miss all the shotguns. I'm not a huge fan of the combat, and I like the TAC, but come on. I mean, it's no pump. Anyways, moving on to number 11, we have the guided missile with 2,482 votes. Roman, you know what to do. All right, moving on to our number 10 spot with 2,995 votes is the revolver. In my first ever ranking Fortnite weapons video where I did the worst 10 guns, I said the revolver was the worst. I don't know if I would stick to that. I might put it low still, but there was a time where this was a very just not liked gun. A detested gun, some might say. But in this weird way, it wasn't that bad because it did over 50 damage early game. You could bop someone twice, and that's a kill. You land a headshot, easy kill. And there really is, like looking back, now a part of me that does kind of miss the revolver. Like of all the guns that could come back, this is probably in like my top 5. Not because it's the best, but because it was fun. I think if it did come back, it would just be a lot of fun to use. And maybe not even like seriously, but it would be nice just to see this return. Swap out the common pistol or the silenced pistol with this, and I think the community would just, again, have some fun with it. Okay, another weird pick. I feel like actually the more I get into this list, I'm realizing that like all of this is just really weird. At number 9, we have remote explosives. 3,101 votes. Okay, community, I see you. Weird to me that this is ranking so high. I'm guessing like obviously people don't remember when it was bad and only remember like the crazy version of it. Because there was a time where you could just like put this at the bottom of a build battle and it would just take everything out and like you get a free kill. I mean, someone could be double, quadruple ramp rushing you and you just throw 1c4 and they die and fall to the ground. Like it was a little bit ridiculous. But I mean, that's why it's getting a high ranking. It was actually pretty good. All right, at number 8, the thermal AR. What? Guys, no, you're doing so good. 3,765 votes on this. No, the thermal, no. I've always made it pretty well known that I don't like the thermal, but I'm surprised that it did this good. I mean, is the thermal really that good of a weapon? Like, no. It's pretty poop. I mean, lower than the double barrel shotgun and the quad launcher is just like a little ridiculous to me. All right, number 7, we've got a gun that I can finally get behind, and this is the light machine gun. This is another gun that I do kind of truly miss. It's not a gun that I need to return, and I don't think I would have as much fun with this as something, again, compared to like the revolver. But if it came back, like I would be a little excited. The LMG was an interesting gun. We don't need it though. Like we've got the drum gun, so I don't want it to return, but I wouldn't mind a swap, I guess, drum gun to this. That being said though, yeah, maybe we should just keep it in the vault. Anyways, the LMG, weirdly enough, actually tied with the thermal AR with 3,765 votes. But the LMG is getting the higher ranking because it's just better. Come on. All right, at number 6, we have the burst assault rifle. Now, I decided to include the FAMAS and the burst all together because it is kind of technically like one of the same weapons. Maybe that was the wrong choice, and if it was, let me know with your strongly worded message in the comment section. But regardless, the burst has some love. 3,974 votes. Even if you split that up into 2,000 and 2,000, I mean, it's still getting like a middle of the pack ranking. So either way, it is a pretty loved gun. The burst to me is a weapon that I don't really care about. You know, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Like if it returns, I wouldn't be upset. I would use it, but I wouldn't be excited. Kind of like the tactical AR right now. Like it's a weapon I use if I get it, but I don't get excited when I see that gold. Which is kind of how I felt about the FAMAS, you know? I'd use it, but I don't need it. All right, number 5, the Silent Scar. 4,930 votes. Obviously a very loved gun within the community. There was a time that I liked this more than the Scar. I don't know what I was thinking. I think I was just bad. I'm still bad, but yeah, no, the Silent Scar was honestly like a good weapon. This is a very fair ranking spot for it. I mean, it is one of the best guns we've ever seen in the game, especially when we're only looking at the vault. Actually, looking at the vault right now, it should get higher, but nostalgia is going to weigh in on these next few spots. But not quite yet, because at number 4, we've got the heavy shotgun. 7,238 votes. This is the weapon I want to return to Fortnite. Like more than anything, because I don't think the pump is going to come back. This is the gun I want to see. The heavy shotgun was really fun to use, even though I did like the pump more. But more so than that, I think it actually fits the theme of Season 9. Like, we've got this combat long-range shotgun, and what is the heavy, but it was like a more long-range shotgun. Please, Epic, come on. While I really do like Season 9, I just feel like there are so many different guns that have been thrown into the game, and if the heavy returned, it would be like an old friend coming back in the midst of a bunch of random people you don't know. All right, at number 3, we have the Bolt Sniper. 7,543 votes of nostalgia. The Bolt does not deserve to be number 3 because the Bolt is already in the game. Come on, guys. We've done this video before. You got to know by now. The Bolt is not, no. You can't rank it that high because it's still in the game. Like, I really shouldn't even put it on this list because the Bolt is in the game. Silent Sniper is the Bolt with a sniper. What? The Silent Sniper The Silent Sniper is the Bolt with a silencer on it. It's that easy. Like, I get that people miss the Bolt, but if there is another unvaulting event where, let's say, people would choose to bring back the Bolt, I would be so salty. Because, again, like, come on, you don't miss it. It's still here. Okay, number 2, the Tactical SMG. 11,354 votes. I think the TAC SMG sees a lot of love because it's one of the more popular guns in Unvaulted. It's a good weapon, don't get me wrong, but I don't look at the TAC SMG like it is the god weapon of Fortnite. Like, when we did this video a little while ago, I'm pretty sure this beat out the drum gun, which is weird because the drum gun was the gun that got brought back. So for me, I find it very weird that people love this gun so much. Again, this is a favorites list, you know, and it's the second most favorite gun, which is fair, and I gotta respect it, but I don't personally agree. Okay, so before we get down to our number 1 spot, we gotta talk about the Silenced SMG. So this thing was just removed a week ago, and it didn't feel right to have people rank it because it was going to just be like the number 1 spot. So I chose to keep it out. Also, the survey may have already started before this was actually taken out, so I wouldn't have been able to do it. Yeah, okay, I messed up. Anyways, I just wanted to leave the Silenced SMG with you guys and see what you think. I'm just gonna leave it to you guys and just comment down below where you think it should rank. But anyways, as we all knew, coming in at our number 1 spot is the receiver of 19,736 votes. This is the pump shotgun.